All of you will have a fruitful discussion and meeting, as well as some time to experience the wonderful Indonesia. As we open this event as part of the Indonesia Africa Forum 2024, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude for the opportunity to address you in this important session. In the midst of global challenges, Indonesia is committed to strengthen our ties with Africa, holding on the Bandung spirit from 1955 ASEAN African Conference in Bandung that served as a timeless reminder for all of us to share our aspiration for self-determination, social justice, and economic development. In this particular panel, which entails a discussion about cooperation among countries, has become more relevant and very timely. To be more specific, the potential of multidimensional collaboration stemming from today's discussion will surely enhance our nation's economic development. Indonesia always values strong relationship among countries, especially with our friends in the African continent. Indonesia is a true and reliable partner for Africa. The relationship between Indonesia and Africa countries has started for more than 69 years that provide meaningful partnership and also lasted across different generations and administration. Indonesia as well as Africa, we both have common trade. Indonesia and Asia has been a world's economic engine. We share many issues such as energy, especially how to develop more access to energy and also renewable energy, biodiversity, and natural resources. Disturbance on a geopolitical and security risk, this is recently also has been escalated, has also created a huge economic implication worldwide. I would like to also in this case stressing the cooperation in which Indonesia and Africa need to continue strengthen. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we need to continue working harder. I believe most of you here to share the same view with us, in which the current global economic situation creating a downside risk. We currently live in the same world and face a very real challenges, from the digital technology that create technological divide, aging population in some country, and also the threat from climate change. These challenges has potential impact to our economic performance, also creating implication for the investor appetite to invest, and also affecting the capital movement across region. All of us as a policymaker need to continue aware about this changing and shifting global geopolitical situation as well as global challenges. The geopolitical tension create a huge implication on the global fragmentation. We need to continue working hard to make sure that trade and investment is going to become an engine of growth for Africa as well as Asia. We also need to cooperate more in complementing our economic growth and development. To anticipate this situation, we need to continue also working hard on our home front, creating a macroeconomic stability, adopting a prudent policy, and also cooperating more on both trade and investment, including on exchange of human capital and as well as the development experience. Through our bilateral and multilateral cooperation, we could actually exchange more in terms of development experience. Facing with many uncertainty, both coming from domestic as well as globally, we need to continue learning and also adopting a more pragmatic and best practices. The global economic challenges with the fragmentation is going to provide us with a lot of incentive to be always looking inward, but that's not the kind of policy that we need to adopt. Because the more that we are going to be inward looking and more protectionist, it's going to create even more challenges for our development. So for Asia and Indonesia in particular and Africa, we need to continue working hard, trying to find what is the common ground for us to cooperate. Look at the trade and investment. Look at the common objective that we could achieve together in order for us to be able to use our resources in the most comprehensive way, to develop more our human capital and to create a best investment climate so that we are going to be able to continue developing as well as working together. Indonesia and Africa is actually complementing to each other in collaboration both on many areas, including on investment, trade, economy, and even on the environment. We are true and reliable trade partner for Africa. Indonesia continue encourage our companies to invest and to trade with many of the African countries. We also supporting through our working capital, credit, as well as financial sector in order for us to be able to expand our investment and also building infrastructure to our neighboring country, including Africa. We also need to continue collaborate by sharing our knowledge, and especially in many areas that is relevant to both countries as well as to region. For example, dealing with the climate change, how we are going to develop how in working together to improve our agricultural performance as well as on the marine as well as the mining sector. These are all the areas in which Indonesia have a lot of experience, but Africa, I'm sure, have a lot lesson to learn. Indonesia will continue our work to make sure that Indonesia can achieve higher income status. This is going to be a very long journey. It will require a lot of investment on a good policy, infrastructure, and human capital investment. These are all the same lessons that Africa can also see and learn, and I'm sure the African countries also developing the same policy package as well as the area that need to continue develop. The cooperation that we could build through the international bilateral as well as multilateral can be based on best practices, good policy adoption, as well as lesson from even not so good experience. How we are going to develop in terms of eliminating poverty, creating more prosperity, as well as creating more resiliency, given the fact that a lot of risks coming from both climate change, digital technology, as well as geopolitical situation. Indonesia will continue support any collaboration initiative that we could think of between these two regions. As a country which is continue to develop with many of our experience, we will continue working together because we believe cooperation as well as strengthening collaboration is going to be one of the most important ingredients for success. The grand design of cooperation between Asia and Africa, between Indonesia and Africa, has become one of the most important area of cooperation that need to be worked out. Whether this is in the area of agriculture, like food security, energy security, health, as well as infrastructure development and human capital. Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in closing, I would like to convey my gratitude to all of you who present here and coming to Indonesia. I'm sure your spirit of cooperation can be seen and can be felt by all of us here, and that can be a very strong asset for all of us to build a truly partnership between Indonesia and Asia. How we are going to continue design development which is more inclusive, green, as well as equal. This is also creating an ample room for mutual opportunity and boosting our relationship between Indonesia and Africa. In all discussion, agreement and cooperation that being discussed hopefully can lead to our people to see this cooperation as a beacon of hope, as a backbone for a stronger cooperation today and in the future. I hope you are all going to have a fruitful discussion as well as a good opportunity to continue explore how we are going to build a strong Indonesia-Africa Forum. Thank you so much and enjoy Bali.